各位午安，多謝大家嚟採訪行政。
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming to this press conference on improving district administration to build a better community. Attending the press conference, we have Mr. John Lee, the Chief Executive, Mr. Chen Kok-ki, Chief Secretary for Administration, Mr. Paul Lam, Secretary for Justice, Mr. Eric Zhang, Secretary for Constitution and Mainland Affairs, and Ms. Alice Mack, Secretary for Home and Youth Affairs. The Chief Executive will first say a few words and then we will show a short video. After that, the Chief Executive will invite the relevant officials to speak and then the floor will be open to questions. As you ask questions, please limit yourself to no more than 2 questions. First, over to the Chief Executive. Good afternoon. I'm calling this press conference today to announce the proposal to improve district administration and build a better community. Now, first, I would like to review the issues that we need to tackle in the review. First, for the 6th term of the District Council, the term started in 2020. A large number of district councillors committed acts that were against the duties of them as district councillors. They also took various actions against the duties as district councillors. They advocated Hong Kong independence. They helped the Black Flag violence. They were opposed to the national security law, and they tried to obstruct the governance of this of the SL government. They tried to create conflicts and cause division in the community, and they ignored livelihood issues. So they did not try to promote the livelihood of the people as the district councils were supposed to do, and so they acted in a way that were in contrary to the interests of Hong Kong. And many of them refused to swear allegiance, and so they used various pretexts to resign. For some of them, the oath was considered invalid, so they were disqualified. They refused to acknowledge that the People's Republic of China is the sovereign state of the Hong Kong SAR. Some 300 district councillors were disqualified or resigned. Originally, there were 479 members. Now there are less than a third of them still in office. That is, 146 of them are now in office. This is not acceptable. So we need to put things back on the right track. And that the government needs to improve district administration in a fundamental manner. We need to enhance district governance and enhance the capacity of district administration so that the public could benefit. And this is also in line with the expectation of the public of the district councils. Now, this proposal to improve district administration is based on 3 guiding principles. First, we must put national security first and foremost. There must be full and accurate implementation of the one country, 2 systems. Secondly, we must fully implement the principle of patriots administering Hong Kong. And thirdly, we must give full realization to the executive-led government. So there are 2 parts to the review. First, we want to enhance the functions and reform the composition of district councils so that institutionally we will put things back on the right track. And then the district councils will be back to the position and as stated in Article 97 of the Basic Law. That is, district organizations are not organs of political power, and they are to be consulted by the government or district administration and other affairs, and also the responsible service in such fields. And second part of the review is about improving the district administration framework as a whole. So we want to enhance our central or coordination powers and functions. Now, I'd like to highlight 6 points. First, the composition of the district council. For the 7th district council, there will be a total of 470 district councillors, similar to the 479 members for the 6th term of the district council. There will be appointed members from geographical constituencies, and also members from various district committees. The ratio will be 4 to 4-2, with 2 being those elected from geographical constituencies. And there will also be 27 ex-officio members. So those who aspire to become district councillors may take part in the work of the district council through multiple channels. The second point is the vetting of eligibility. We need to ensure national security, and we need to ensure the full implementation of the principle of patriots administering Hong Kong. So there will be a eligibility vetting mechanism. Whoever wants to become a district councillor, the person must go through this eligibility vetting mechanism. Third point, the functions of district councils. District council must make sure that their functions are again in line with Article 97 of Basic Law. That is, they are not organs of political power, so we need to be politicized district councils, and there must be full manifestation of the executive-led government model. So first, chairman of the district councils will be the district officers of the relevant district. This will make sure there will be better coordination and leadership. After reform, the district councils will play a role that supports the government. They will help the government to tap the powers of the districts. They will also help us to better plan district services. And then they must help us to bring the people together and secure the support of the public. At the same time, they will provide inquiry and referral service to local residents. Fourth point, the honorarium of district councillors. We need to support district councillors in performing their duties, so they will receive comparable remuneration and honorarium as under the current system. Fifthly, the monitoring system of the work of district councillors. We will introduce a system to monitor the performance of district councillors to make sure they are performing their duties properly. And for those who act in a way that is not in line with public expectation, we will carry out investigation. And depending on the gravity of the situation, we will take necessary action. So these are the 5 points in relation to the reform of the district council. The 6th point is that the government will enhance the district administration framework. There will be high-level leadership and coordination. There are 2 measures in this respect. Firstly, we will set up a district administration steering committee chaired by the Chief Secretary for Administration. The committee will lead the overall strategy of district administration as well as the reference policies and measures. Now, secondly, there is now a task force chaired by the Deputy Chief Secretary on district matters. This will be reorganized to become a task force on district administration. It's responsible for coordinating and directing the district work of the various policy bureau. There is an urgency to and the necessity to reform the district council. The proposal has a legal basis, and the proposal is in line with the 3 guiding principles I mentioned earlier on. That is, we put national security first, and we need to fully implement the principle of patriots administering Hong Kong, and also we need to give full manifestation of the government-led government structure. Now, the 2019 Hong Kong version of Colour Revolution is an alarm bell to us. We need to plug the loopholes in the existing institution. We need to prevent the district council from becoming again a platform for supporting black cat violence and for the mass destruction camp. We need to prevent people from confusing issues and from all these irregularities from happening again at the district council. We need to make sure that the district council will again be here to serve the public. This is the original objective of the district councils. So this proposal is formulated having regard to the actual circumstances in Hong Kong. This is a proposal that will ensure the long-term stability and prosperity of Hong Kong. This is also a proposal that will improve district administration, and it is an effective means to make sure that the governance will serve the public better. Now I invite you to watch a short video. This is a review of the background and reasons why we need to improve the district administration. We will also show you what the district council is supposed to do now that they will be back on the right track. Now, district council is supposed to serve the public. Unfortunately, there's been disruption and obstruction in the past. It could not function properly. It's become sick. Now it's time for district councils to restore health and to be back on the right track so we have better district administration. District councillors should offer constructive suggestions to government to improve the community. They should keep tab of the aspirations of the public and play a proper role. So we need to improve district administration to build a better community for the good of the public. Now I will invite the different officials to explain the various details to you. First, the Secretary for Home and Youth Affairs will explain the details of the reform of the District Council.
There are a few measures that we will put in place. I'll first talk about the first three measures. That is the consultative service and the duties formation of the district councils after the reform, and also the arrangement of having the district officer serving as the chairman of the district council. On duties of district councils, we have to follow Article 97. That is, the district councils have to serve as district organizations that are not organs of political power. We also have to channel the opinions from the public and enhance the duties of district councils. We have 9 functions of the district councils listed out here. And we stress that district councillors should reach out to the general public from time to time and also collect public opinions, and also ensure that there are consultative services as well as referral services. Also, it has to make the coordinating effort to ensure that residents in the community can be served well. After the reform, district councils will support the government in its role and grasp the development of the communities on behalf of the government, so that the government can more effectively curate community services. Also, district councils will have to bring people together and provide consultation and referral services for residents in the community. After reform, the functions of district councils will be clearer to the public and serve its function more effectively. The district officer will serve as the chairman of district councils. As mentioned by the CE, this is to enhance the coordinating effort of district councils. The new chairman will have the power to formulate the agenda of district councils meetings and also appoint committee members and appoint district councils to be members of the various committees. This is to show the executive-led approach of the system and to ensure that it can support the policy implementation of the government. District councils and the 3 area committees or local committees, as well as care teams of the various districts, will be led by the government, and this will ensure an effective coordination between the various bodies to enhance the governance level, to ensure that the lives of people can be improved. In terms of the formation of district councils, it will be formed by appointed members, ex officio members, as well as other members. There will be 470 seats, and the proportion will be 4, 4, and 2, plus 27 ex officio members from the new territories. There are multiple ways for us to give rise to these district councillors so that people can, through multiple channels, participate in district council's work. Also, we will be able to collect opinions and comments from various channels so that the government can have a better consideration of various issues and formulate better policies. When residents seek help, they won't need to just go to the district councillors. They can also go to members who are appointed through various sectors so that we can offer better assistance to residents in need. Now, I will invite Mr. Eric Zhang, Secretary for Constitutional and Mainland Affairs, to brief you all on the formation of district councils.
Thank you, Chief Executive. Now I will explain the formation, the method of formation of the district council, of the reformed district council, and also matters related to election. Now, for the design of the method of formation, we have regard to some important points. First, we need to depoliticize district council so that district council will go back to the original functions. Also, we need to fully implement the principle of patriots administering Hong Kong. We need to make sure that district councils are firmly in the hands of patriots, and also we will through various channels generate seats so that there will be people from different sectors of professions who aspire to serve Hong Kong and who could then take part in the work of the district council. Now, the Chief Executive and Ms. Alice Mack mentioned that there are going to be 770 seats for the new term of the District Council, similar to the 479 seats for this current term. Also, we need to make sure that District Councils will continue to serve various functions. There are 4 ways to form the District Council. First, by appointment. Second, by elections of district committees. And thirdly, by District Council geographical constituency election, and also there are ex officio seats. Now, for appointments, district committees and geographic constituencies, the ratio is 4:4:2. And also there are rural committee members who become ex-official members, so in total 470 members. And then there will be members with different experience, and they come from different sectors. District councils may collect reviews from different channels, and the government then will be able to fully consider views on district matters and come up with suitable district policies. And this will help to enhance district administration and ensure good governance. For district committee sector, 176 seats, they will be appointed by the Chief Executive. The Chief Executive will go by the meritocracy principle, and they'll have regard to the needs for district administration and development, and they'll invite individuals who love the country and love Hong Kong, and who are competent. And then there will be different people from different sectors and professions with different skill sets. For the district committee seats, the 176 seats will be formed by members from district fight crime committees, district fire safety committees, and area committees, the so-called free committees. So the district councillors will be elected among members of these 3 committees. They have a strong link to the local community. They know the community well, and so they have regard to. They know the needs of the community, and then we will select suitable people. And then the candidates must also show that they're able to look after the overall interests of Hong Kong as a whole. Now, by introducing members from the 3 committees, that will help to correct the existing problem that we have, that is district councillors may become overly politicized, and so also they may focus too narrowly on local issues and interests. Instead, by introducing these members, they will have regard to the bigger picture, and then they will also bring with them expertise and other skills, knowledge about the district. And for geographic constituencies, there will be 88 seats. We propose to divide Hong Kong into 44 geographical constituencies for district council. We'll adopt a 2-seat single vote system, and then local electors will elect the councillors of the choice. Now, there have been criticism that when there were too small, when the geographical constituencies were too small, district councils tended to focus on narrow issues for a local area. So now with bigger constituencies, then the district councillors so elected will have regard to the bigger picture and have regard to the overall interest of the district. Now, for the district committee sector, each candidate must have the nomination of 3 members each for each of the 3 committees, but then they do not have to be the members of the 3 committees. As for the geographical constituency election, again, the candidates must have the nomination of 3 members each of the 3 committees, and they must also be nominated by no less than 50 voters in the relevant constituency. And then there will be the 2-seat single vote system for GC and block vote system for the district committee sector. Now, if we have nomination this way, then we can make sure that those who run as candidates are firmly linked to the relevant district or constituency. And then for members of the 3 committees, they know the district well, so if they are to nominate candidates, they will make sure that these candidates also know the district well. And then as for eligibility vetting, the district council is primarily to help the government collect public opinions and implement government measures and also respond to public aspirations. So it is an important part of the district administration structure. That's why we must make sure that we fully implement the principle of patriots administering Hong Kong. Therefore, the SAR government is to set up a district councillors eligibility vetting committee. There will be 2 to 4 official members and 1 to 3 non-official members forming the committee. It doesn't matter what method of formation or election is adopted. All candidates must first be vetted by this committee before they could either run for election or become ex officio member or be appointed. And also they have to declare whether they uphold the basic law and swear allegiance to the SAR. If necessary, the committee may consult the Committee on National Security in Hong Kong. As for the relevant requirements on pledging allegiance, these are spelled out in the positive and negative list under Section 3AA of the Interpretation General Clauses and Interpretation Ordinance, Interpretation General Clauses Ordinance. Now, we are running out of time for arranging the election, so we will suspend the work for demarcation of constituencies. Instead, the SL government will take up the task. This is just a one-off arrangement because of the time limit. In future, the demarcation of district boundaries will still be left to the Electoral Affairs Commission. Now, we're going to have 44 geographical constituencies. Because we adopted 2 seats single vote systems, that means there will be 44 constituencies, and then we're going to merge some of the current geographical constituencies, and at the end we'll have 44 larger new GCs. Now, for the current boundary demarcation proposal, we have had regard to different factors such as the population size, the distinct features of a district, links to the district, and so on. These the demarcation proposal will be included in the relevant amendment legislation for consideration by the Legislative Council in relation to the reform of the District Council. Now I'll invite Ms. Mack to tell you about the remuneration and allowances for district councils. Yes, for the newly reformed district councils, we need to support the work of district councillors in performing the duty. So for the remuneration or allowances that we offer to district councillors now, they will be kept at more or less a comparable level in future. Now, this whole exercise is to benefit the public at the end of the day. So we want district councillors to keep pulse of the public sentiments in the district. We need to strengthen their work in the district. So how can we benefit the public directly? Of course, then we need a district council that performs its duties properly and responsibly. So that means in a term of the district council, we need to make sure that every district councillor performs their duties with due diligence, and they're able to reflect the views of the public. So that's why we have this monitoring mechanism of the performance of district councillors. For district councillors who do not behave or perform in a way that meet public expectation, we will carry out investigation. This is to enhance the transparency of the work of the district councils. Now, the Secretary for Youth and Home Affairs may receive feedback from the chairman of the district council, or after members move a motion, then the monitoring mechanism will be triggered, and an investigation will be carried out to handle the particular district councillor under complaint. Now, if the district councillor concerned thinks the process is not fair, then he could lodge an appeal to the Chief Secretary for Administration. The Secretary for Home and Youth Affairs will also formulate administrative guidelines and publish them to explain what performance is expected of district councillors. They will also create a negative checklist. Now, this mechanism is to make sure that the public can exercise their right to vote for the district councillors, or more importantly, through this mechanism, they're able to help monitor the work of district councillors. Because we want to make sure district councillors are able to reflect the views of the public and to serve the public properly. Now, the Secretary for Justice on amendment of legislation. Thank you. The SL government is now actively drafting the relevant amendment bill to implement these changes. So this amendment exercise involves 6 principal ordinances and 14 pieces of subsidiary legislation. Most importantly, we need to amend the district council ordinance and relevant election legislation. Now, first, we need to amend the functions of district council. Second, the composition of district councils. And thirdly, we need to add provisions on appointment of district councils also for the district committee sector. And fifthly, we need to amend provisions on the on GC election, and then we need to set up in the eligibility vetting committee, and also put in place a monitoring mechanism and investigation mechanism. At the same time, we will amend and repeal other legislative provisions and relevant subsidiary legislation. This is to make sure that we have provisions that will reflect the proposed methods of formation and so on. Thank you. Next, the Chief Secretary for Administration will explain the relevant governance structure to be set up. Thank you.
Thank you, CE. To respond to the needs of the public, the government needs to enhance its district administrative work and enhance its coordinating and leadership efforts. We will have a relevant structure in place. I myself will chair a district administration leadership committee to make the leadership effort to formulate overall strategies on district administration. Also, we will reposition the district administration dedicated unit chaired by the Deputy Secretary for Administration. It will be responsible for coordinating and directing various government bureaus on district works. First, on this District Administrative Leadership Committee, it is a new structure. It leads the district work of various departments. It has 3 major duties. First, to formulate strategic directions on district administrative work and accord priorities to various policies and measures. Second, and leading various government bureaus and departments in rationalizing the implementation of policies and measures within the district. And third, to examine the effectiveness of district administration. We hope that by the middle of this year, we'll hold the first meeting under this committee. Representatives of various departments will be in charge of livelihood issues. Depending on the needs, we may incorporate other government bureaus or departments into the committee. We will announce the relevant details later. Under the leadership of the committee, it will ensure that under this new structure, the various policies and measures formulated will work with each other to achieve the expected results and respond to public's needs and demands. Also, for the dedicated unit or policy unit chaired by the Deputy Secretary will formulate or finalize the district policies and issues. Currently, it is formed by various high-level government officials, and it will ensure interdepartmental negotiation discussions, and together they will work on various policy issues and issues in the community. Currently, this task force will be led by the Deputy Secretary for Administration, and all the long-standing and difficult issues will be monitored and coordinated by this new task force or unit. Under this new structure, we will consolidate the various committees to set up a new unit to have an overall consideration of community issues, and this unit to be chaired by the Deputy Secretary as well as the committee to be chaired by myself will direct and coordinate the relevant government and bureaus and departments to carry out the community and district work. 2. Resolve issues that requires interdepartmental or cross-district efforts, or community issues that require the exercise of discretion. We expect that by the middle of this year, we will hold the first meeting under this task force, and the representatives to be present in the meeting. There will be the government departments in charge of the livelihood issues of the public. We may also invite other departments to join the task force as well. We will announce the relevant details later. You can see from this slide the new structure. The enhanced district administrative structure is shown here. It is led by the committee to be chaired by myself, and below it we have the task force to be chaired by the Deputy Secretary for Administration, and below it we have the district officers and the area committees to be chaired by district officers, and you can see the relations of the three committees as well as district councils and care teams here. To conclude, there are 5 benefits to this new structure. First, it can enhance the functions of district councils. After reform, district councils can allow the government to more effectively curate policies and promote district work. Also, district councils will no longer be responsible for funding allocation approvals, and this can prevent the abuse of power by some of the district councillors, which may hinder the policy implementation of government. Also, we will have district officers serving as the chairman of the district council, and it can ensure that the leadership will fall on the government, and it will better coordinate the district councils, 3 committees, and the care teams. Also, we will improve the formation method of district councils to ensure that people who love the country and Hong Kong can have multiple channels to serve the public. Also, we will have people with expertise and relevant experience and those who are capable to join the district councils and serve the public. They can, through various channels, collect views from the public so that the government can have a better consideration of the various issues. And when residents seek help, they can have the assistance from district councils with various capabilities and experiences. By introducing the appointment system and the district committee sector, we can correct the problems that we see under the current system. It's not the case that it will be better if we have more elected district councillors. We propose this appointment system and district committee sector, and the ratio of these three parts of members are 4, and 2. And this is to consider the overall benefits of the society so that we won't have the relevant restrictions like we see in the current system. And by enhancing the constituencies, we encourage people to look at things from a wider perspective. District committee sector and geographical constituencies, that is, members who are going to run in the election, they need nominations from the 3 committees, and we're going to adopt the single vote system, double seat single vote system, so that it can better reflect the opinions of the general public. Thirdly, we're going to introduce the eligibility review mechanism to ensure that everyone who joins the district councils pleads allegiance to the SAR government and they are all patriots, and that they won't use district councils as a platform to advocate Hong Kong independence and endanger national security. Fourthly, we will monitor the performance of district councillors. Citizens will not only have the right to vote, and they can also help monitor the performance of each district councillor to ensure that they are all diligently serving their duties, to ensure that all district councillors will work together to serve the public. Lastly, we are enhancing the district administrative structure. The newly established District Administrative Leadership Committee will ensure that all the policies and measures to be put in place will work well with each other, and we will, from a wider and macro perspective, consider all kinds of district issues to ensure that we can more effectively respond to citizens' demands in a timely manner. The task force to be set up can also facilitate the coordinating efforts of between the various government departments. To conclude, the proposal that we're rolling out is to better serve the public so that the entire society can benefit from the proposal.
Now we welcome questions from the floor. So the floor is open to questions. If you wish to ask questions, please raise your hand. And before you speak, please identify the organization you come from. And also, please limit yourself to no more than 2 questions. To the right, the gentleman in the middle. I'm from Hong Kong Economic Journal, Chung Ka-ho. Now, it seems to be major surgery for the District Council. You are introducing eligibility, vetting, and so on. So you should still be able to include only patriots. Why do you need to substantially reduce the number of directly elected seats? Because you're afraid that then the district councils won't be able to reflect the views of the public. If you think the 2019 election was the cause of chaos, then why are you still keeping 20% of the elected seats? Shouldn't you just remove them altogether? Now, for this proposal to improve district administration, we have had regard to the actual circumstances. We've also considered the chaos seen in district councils in the past. that includes Hong Kong independence, mass destruction, black-clad riots, and all that. Now, for the design of the system, we're not talking about just isolated measure. It's not just a single measure. We're talking about improving the district administration as a whole. So we're not just talking about one particular type of district councillors and their proportion in terms of the total number of seats. Rather, we have considered the overall interest of Hong Kong. So what's best for Hong Kong, that's what we consider. First, we believe that if we could bring in more talents to district councils, then they will be able to provide better service to the public. Put simply, say there are certain facilities in a district, maybe container terminals. So if there are people in the transportation sector who have expertise and experience and they join the district councils, it would be good. Secondly, we want there to be a diversity of people coming from different backgrounds joining district councils. Now, everyone, of course, will have their own consideration as they consider whether to join district councils to serve the public. So with this improved measures, we are able to bring in more talents to the district council, and that will help to enhance the service provided by the district council also when there is consultation on specific issues, and then we will see better outcome. The ultimate goal is to improve district administration and build a better community. We want to be able to serve each and every member of the public better. Now, in the past, we've gone down the wrong route. So that's why we've seen advocates, those who advocated Hong Kong independence or mass destruction or black cat violence. These people joined the district council. We must learn from this lesson. We must not forget about the mistakes we made. So because we've gone down the wrong path, so we need to go back on the right track now. Otherwise, if we keep going on the wrong path, you know, as you see what happened with the district council, all the commotion we saw, district council was hanging on the cliff, and they tried to bring Hong Kong down with them, and I will not allow district councillors to undermine the overall interest of Hong Kong. We won't allow them to bring any single member of the public down with them. Well, no, I won't allow that. That's why with this proposal, we've had regard to to what happened in Hong Kong. In the long run, we want to improve district administration. I hope you also look at the second part of the review. That's what the Chief Secretary just explained to you. Now, that is, we improve the district administration. Also, we're building a new structure, and we're proposing effective measures. The ultimate goal is for district councils to go back to their advisory and consultative functions as spelled out in Article 97 of Basic Law. So we want the district councils to focus on their originally intended functions. And that's the best way to help Hong Kong people. And in the long run, because of good governance of the Hong Kong, the public will benefit. And that's why we are proposing these improvements to district administration. Next, please. To the left, the front row, the lady in grey.
Question from the South China Morning Post. You repeatedly highlighted the impact of the 2019 protests on district administration, but now we already have the national security law and the society has been back to normal. But the a proportion of directly elected seats will be even lower than that of the district boards in the 1980s. So is this a regression as suggested by some? And second question, is the government aware of the potential drawbacks of having district officers to chair the DCs? Say top-down management might stifle voices from the community and there could be no sense of ownership to the council. And last question, with the new nomination requirements, would the legitimacy of the bodies be affected if there are no pro-democracy members decided to join the upcoming polls? Thank you.
Well, first of all, it is not the 2019 protests. It is the black violence. It is the attempt to make Hong Kong independent and the attempt to cause disaster to Hong Kong society as a whole that we need to prevent. I think that has to be made very clearly. We live through that. Don't forget it. We have to bear that in mind so as to ensure that in the long run, the system will protect us from all these chaotic and harmful situations to arise again. The second thing is the design of the system is to take into consideration of the actual happening in Hong Kong. And, of course, considering what I have mentioned, the chaotic and disastrous situations that we all experienced. The whole design is for the benefit of society as a whole, because it will let people who has the heart to contribute to the district to join through different channels. At the end of the day, what is important for any system to be considered as a good system is what it will deliver. What this system will deliver will be a district council which will take the overall interest of the district and, if more possibly, the whole interest of Hong Kong into account when they deliver their service and do the consultation. The original, or what happened in the 6 district councils, as I've described, already indicated that we have to ensure that the bad situation doesn't come back again. And the different setups have taken into consideration to make the system to be representative, because those who are familiar with district matters will, through the various systems, to get into the district council. For example, through the district election committee. And also, through all these arrangements, it will be the people who are connected to the district will likely be allowed through various channels entered the district council. It will also ensure that overall stability of Hong Kong through a smooth process of district council election and also different channels to get into the district council. As regards the duty of the district officers to be the chairman, first of all, it will ensure that the district council will operate as the Basic Law, Article 97 requires. That is, to be consulted on issues that the government wants to be consulted on, and also to provide services in regard to culture, recreation, etc. It will also reflect the principle of administration-led governance. The District Council is part of the Hong Kong government's governance system. That is why we have also strengthened the whole system with the creation of 2 committees, one chaired by the Chief Secretary and another chaired by the Deputy Chief Secretary. It will create more ownership because the Council will focus their full attention on discharging the 2 responsibilities that the Basic Law wants them to discharge, which is to be a consultative organization and to deliver service as the government wants. As regards legitimacy, I think the Council's legitimacy is derived from what it achieved for the benefit of society. I have very strong confidence that the District Council, as we have proposed now, will be able to discharge their basic functions better and more efficiently to satisfy the demands and the wants of the people in the district by ensuring that they will do their consultation properly with good focus and also rendering services as the government wants.
繼續落去之前呢，提一提大家提問嘅時候呢，就請盡。
Before we continue, I'd like to remind you that please keep your questions succinct and please limit yourself to 2 questions. The one on the left, please. I have a question on enhancing the electoral system. How is it going to help the implementation of patriots administrating Hong Kong, and also what kind of effects will it have on people's livelihood? Thank you. I have mentioned about 3 principles just now, and I have taken them into consideration in our design. One of the principles we considered is the patriots administrating Hong Kong principle. We want to rule out the possibility that people who betray the benefits of the general public and betray the benefits of the country will not join the district council because they will act against the interests of the country and the general public. We need to implement the patriots administering Hong Kong principle. That way, we won't waste any time or effort in things that are not supposed to be done in district councils, because we're supposed to be loyal to the basic law. According to Article 97 of the Basic Law, district councils should be district organizations which are not organs of political power. When we implement Article 97 of the Basic Law under this system, I believe that the new members of district councils will be able to better serve their functions. We can still recall the chaotic scenes that we saw after 2019. The district councils back then were turned into platforms for advocating Hong Kong independence. After the implementation of the principle of patriots administering Hong Kong, we won't have to be worried that district councils will become district organizations that violate the interests of the general public or the country. Also, what we do in the district councils will be in line with the interests of Hong Kong, and also it will ensure the long-term prosperity of the city as it provides consultation services and other services, it will be able to better serve the local residents. So it is in line with our target of improving district administration to build a better community. It will also better respond to the needs of the general public. To respond to your questions, I believe that as we enhance our system, we have taken all these into consideration. The lady at the back, I'm from Sengtao Daily. In 2019, one district councillor had to serve 17,000 citizens. So every 100,000 people, there was one district councillor serving them. I would like to ask Ms. Mack, you have served in the district council. In the district, there are various types of residents. Do you think the new system will really reflect the public opinion? Do you think it is appropriate for you to appoint district councillors to serve them? Also, CE mentioned that there would be an appointment system. For instance, there will be members who are from the logistics or transportation industry, but they may be part-time district councillors. What KPIs will you impose on them to ensure that they can fulfill the expectations of the general public? Thank you. I will first raise my views, and then I will invite Ms. Mack to share with you more about her views. First, is it the case that it will be better if we have more district councillors? There are no scientific proof, and we may have to face the issues of fragmentation. If one district councillor has to serve a very small district, then he or she may only look at very small issues. For instance, the leaves of a tree instead of the whole tree or the entire forest. District councillors will be concerned about the issues or works within his or her constituencies or district. If we look at it from a wider perspective, any districts or constituencies belong to part of the city. If a district is served well, then it will benefit the entire city. So we have to focus on district affairs, and at the same time, we have to have the mentality to consider the overall situation. If we focus too much on the small issues, it will not be ideal. We should not only look at the leaves of a tree, but we should look at the entire tree. So I hope that we can all take into consideration the overall benefits of Hong Kong. And Hong Kong is not an individual city or isolated city. We're competing with other cities in the world. In order to enhance our competitiveness, we have to have the mentality of considering a bigger picture. If we don't do that, we will fall behind in terms of competitiveness or international rankings. Secondly, the three types of district councillors will all serve their functions. They will discharge their duties in district councils. I think what is most important is who we elect or appoint into the district council. Be they from district committee sector, be they ex officio members of district councils, they have to provide good services to the community. I hope that we're able to have the best people to join the district councils. So the relevant knowledge, expertise, and visions of district councillors matter. In terms of KPIs, we saw the chaotic situations in district councils. Some district councils overthrew proposals that benefited the public. And that's why we are introducing this monitoring system to monitor the performance of future district councillors. I'll defer to Ms. Mack to elaborate more. The ratio you mentioned was not entirely correct. Under this enhanced system, the total number of district councillors we will have is similar to that we have now. That is, the number of district councillors serving the public will not decrease. As mentioned by the CE, the various types of district councillors will work together to better serve the general public. Our vision is that we want to bring together efforts from different sectors. Say a resident from a community, if he or she needs to seek help, they may go to the district councillor. However, the problems faced by the residents may not be restricted to the street or the community that they live in. It may be from other districts, and the district councillor may tell that person that it's not his or her constituency. We hope that residents from the community will be able to seek help easily. So we hope district councillors will work together. We are not changing or adjusting the honorarium or remuneration package of the future district councillors. Under the enhanced system, district councillors from various sectors, they may set up joint offices. And we'll be able to see more of these offices under the new system. So we'll have more district councillors, more service points to serve the general public. So we'll be able to see the synergy effect. And for the citizens, they will be able to seek help more easily. In terms of KPIs, we may have experts or people with certain expertise joining the district councillors through various channels. How a district councillor join the district councils will not affect the services provided by him or her. I have served in the district council before, and I was a part-time or appointed district councillor. Some district councillors, they wholeheartedly serve the public. They want to provide quality services to citizens. As mentioned by CE, we need to have a monitoring system in place to ensure that citizens can exercise the right to vote, and also throughout the tenure of district councillors, they can monitor the performance of each district council to ensure these district councillors will serve their functions.
Next to the right, second row, the lady there. I want to ask about appointed seats. You mentioned the principle of meritocracy. So what sort of conditions need to be met for someone to be appointed? How could you enhance their legitimacy? And then for members to be elected from in the district committees elected, there are the 3 committees to elect members. So, well, for these committees, maybe the terms of office not the same. So, are you going to align the terms of office for the 3 committees and the district council? Now, let me reply to your questions first, and I'll invite other colleagues to answer your other questions. First, on the appointment of members, this is not a new system. And the appointment system has been working well in Hong Kong. For example, we have various advisory bodies, and there is the appointment system in place. The criteria we consider are, first of all, whether the person is capable of playing an active role in the district council. We also consider the person's expertise and experience. Of course, we also will try to assess if a person is able to perform his duties dutifully, because all district council members are expected to perform the duties dutifully. So we have the 3 department secretaries and 13 heads of bureau, and then we have many departments, and so in our day-to-day work we do come to know many persons in the different districts. So for someone we appoint, we'll have regard to that person's knowledge, experience, competence, and so on, and we'll assess if the person is able to perform her duties as district councillor, and also whether the person is committed to such duties. So, put simply, we adopt the principle of meritocracy. We will assess whether the person is going to contribute positively to the work of the district council, and that's what will guide us. Ms. Alice Mack? Well, we have for the 3 committees, the members are all appointed by the Home and Youth Affairs Bureau. For the terms of office of the 3 committees, they've been aligned. And for these 3 committees, members there are familiar with the local districts. So if we ask members there to nominate candidates, then it will help us to identify candidates who know the districts well. As for the terms of office and the terms of reference of the 3 committees, we will of course move with the times and see if there is a need to make any changes to the arrangement for the 3 committees. But then for now, the members of the 3 committees are someone who've been serving the community for a long time, so they know their own districts well. And if we ask them to help identify candidates in the district, they are actually the best persons to go to. To the left there. I'm from TVB. There were appointed seats in district councils before, but then with the 2012 constitution reform, appointed seats were abolished. Now you're restoring appointed seats. Would you call that retrogressive step? Second point, now for the directly elected members, the candidates have to obtain 9 nominations from the 3 committees. Why is there a need for such a nomination procedure? The government kept stressing that you want to identify suitable persons to join the district council. So are you saying that there will be screening first by the 3 committees before you will allow the public to vote for them? Do you have no trust in the choice of the public? The appointment system has been in existence for a long time. When I answered another question, I've explained that background. Well, we always have regard to the actual circumstances in working out a system at a particular time. And we always have regard to the overall interests of Hong Kong. You all know what happened in 2019, the black-clad violence, advocacy of Hong Kong independence and mass destruction. We have to make sure this will never happen again. Now, have we seen such chaos in the past? Of course, before there were such chaos, and then the consideration may not be so comprehensive. Here we talk about risk management. We have seen certain risks happening, so of course we need to formulate measures to deal with that. Otherwise, there will be seeing the same chaos again, undermining the interests of Hong Kong. We don't want to see advocacy of Hong Kong independence and mass destruction. We don't want to see black-clad violence or riots, because Hong Kong will suffer. So when there is the need to do something, we have to then take action. And that's why I have now come up with this proposal to improve district administration. Now, we have assessed all the circumstances. Now, because for the district councils, they have exceeded the they have performed in such a way that's exceeded the framework of Article 97 of the Basic Law. So now we want to bring things back to normal, and so we need to identify people who are competent and who join to join the district council. We also want to offer more channels for people who want to join the district council. And here, of course, we're talking about people who love the country in Hong Kong. And of course, if we want to tell if this system is good or not, we then have to see whether the system will deliver the results we want. And the results are we'll be able to help the public, and we'll be able to help individuals the best we could. And so, having considered all these factors, we have come up with this proposal. On the nomination requirement, perhaps Ms. Mack and Mr. Zhang can give you more information. Mr. Eric Zhang first. Thank you. For the nomination arrangement involving the three committees, I've explained that. Now, the three committees are important, comprised of important stakeholders in the district. These people know the district well. They are dedicated to their district. So if they nominate candidates, we could enhance the representativeness of the candidates. We'll also make sure that candidates know the district well. This will also make sure that there will be a good link and communication between the three committees and the district council, and then they could all work together more closely. That's why we have included this nomination requirement involving the three committees. Next, please. To the right, the front row, the lady there.
From AFP. Mr. Lee, throughout this whole process to this moment, if my observation is right, you have been avoiding, or maybe you're not avoiding, but you have not been using or mentioning the word democracy, democratic, or democratization. Does the government also find it very hard to convince the people that this is a democratic or a democratizing arrangement for the district council? And in fact, the directly elected seats, the percentage now 20%, is even lower when the district council were first came into being in 1982. Is the current government less confident than the British colonial government in terms of giving residents their very basic right to choose their community representatives? Actually, the democratization of district councils has been a decades-long effort that were also supported by the government, because it was the last reform in 2013 to 2016 that bring us the district council today. So when the government said a wrong path was chosen in the past, is it also saying that the past administration of Hong Kong SAR chose a wrong path by democratizing the district council? Thank you.
Well, first of all, I have to correct you in mentioning that the colonial government.
首先呢，殖民地政府呢，當時呢，佢所引入嘅進程呢，某程度上呢，其實係同基本法呢並不兼容嘅。亦即係基本法入邊所講區議會嘅職能。基本法咧係清楚列明咧，係區議會係一個諮詢嘅機構啦，同埋係要提供服務嘅機構嚟嘅。咁我哋有不同嘅問題要處理啦。喺2019年之前呢，冇人係會預期咧係有黑暴嘅出現。或者有人呢係鼓吹港獨嘅，係對香港呢係要造成災難。香港特區政府呢係盡力呢係引入一啲政策，係 為香港嘅整體利益而着想。但係當特別嘅情況發生嘅時候呢，我哋就要確保呢一啲咁惡劣嘅情況呢，係唔會再喺香港出現。我哋係要防止呢啲嘅情況發生。咁因此呢，我哋就提議有呢一個新嘅方案呢，係完善區議會嘅體制。我認為呢，對香港呢，最好嘅就係透過體制去改善。首先，我唔認為呢，單純去計有幾多個直選嘅議席呢，就係代表佢係咪民主。我哋要考慮到唔同嘅地區嘅特色，同埋唔同地區嘅元素。咁對香港嚟講啦，就係我哋要諗下過往有啲咩好嘅做法，同未來係有咩好嘅做法。我哋係要喺地區入邊選取一啲好嘅人，係可以令到政府施政係有效。無論呢個區議員係點樣選出嚟，如果最終嗰個結果係一個災難嚟嘅話呢，咁呢個都唔係一個好嘅體制。我認為我哋而家提出嘅方案呢，係有佢嘅好處啦，係可以確保所有嘅。
That those who then become district councillors now will perform to the satisfaction of what the responsibilities they are required to be to carry out under Basic Law Article 97.
時間關係呢，我哋解答今日最後一位記者提。
We'll take the last question today. The lady in the middle. I'm from Dim Sum News. For politicians with different views, would they still be able to run in the election through various channels? And how many vice chairmen will there be in the district councils? And how will they be elected, or how will they be able to join? There's only one kind of people we won't welcome. That is those who undermine the interests of Hong Kong, those who advocate mass destruction and black-clad violence, those who act against the overall interest of the general public of Hong Kong. So it's not about the political stances or views. Please don't be misled. People with any political views will be able to, through our enhanced system, join the district council. Of course, we will have to ensure that they plead allegiance to the SAR government and they embrace the basic law. They can not only pay lip service, they will have to take actions. So we only rule out one type of people, that is those who act against the interests of Hong Kong, those who endanger national security, and those who do not embrace or plead allegiance to the basic law or the SAR government. Those who have various thoughts on the policies of the government, they are welcomed to join the district council as long as they meet our eligibility requirements, or as long as those who are eligible. That is, they have to embrace the basic law and they have to plead allegiance to the SAR government. This is an essential requirement under one country, two systems principle. On the number of vice chairmen, I'll defer to Ms. Mack. The chairman will be served by the district officer, and we won't have any vice chairman. We are trying to respond to demands of district stakeholders or people of the general public. People may think that we have care teams and we have district councils and we have various other committees. So what are the relations between them? We have district officers to serve as the chairman, and the chairman will help rationalize the positioning of district councils and the district work, and it will create a better synergy in the district council. Also, as the chairman of district council, district officers can collect views from the community, be they opposing views or supporting views of the government. And these views will be reflected to the relevant government departments, so that we can have a better grasp of the public sentiment. And when we formulate policies, we can have a comprehensive consideration of the needs of the general public. Under our proposal, we will have district officers serving the chairman of the district council. This is the end of the press conference. Thank you. The press conference has concluded. I'll take this last question. We think that this proposal meets or can satisfy the interests of Hong Kong. It is a good system, so it should be run in the long term.